Hi friends, this is the rate Ayulmok and today I am with the Realme 2 versus Realme 1 comparison video. On the left side you can see the Realme 2, on the right side it is a Realme 1. When you check out the design of both the devices, in the Realme 2 you are getting the fingerprint sensor, the dual camera setup, whereas in the Realme 1 there is no fingerprint sensor and only the single camera setup at the back. As far as the ports and the buttons are concerned, both have the similar position in both the devices. Here you can see there is 3.5mm jack, micro USB charging cable. There is also speakers, and the buttons are similarly placed in both the devices. Now talking about the device, the battery is definitely a big difference in both the smartphone, which we will talk about little later. Now coming to the display, the Realme 2 comes with a notch display. It has a 6.2-inch SD Plus display, whereas coming to the Realme 1, it has a 6-inch FHD Plus display. So the display quality is better in the Realme 1. Now talking about the device, both the variant are 4GB, 64GB. Both the devices coming with the same OS, but in the Realme 2 it is coming with the ColorOS 5.1, whereas in the Realme 1 it is 5.0. So you will see a minor tweaks in the OS in the running system. Now coming to the device, there is one more change in the device. It is that there is a fingerprint system, fingerprint unlock in the Realme 2, whereas it was missing in the Realme 1. So this is something a very basic but definitely a bigger change in both the devices. I guess so fingerprint is important sometimes. And coming back to the camera, which is one more important. So in the Realme 2 it has a 13+2 megapixel camera at the back, whereas the Realme 1 comes with the 13 megapixel at the back. In the front you are getting both the devices 8 megapixel camera setup. Now talking about the camera app also, in there is a vivid mode which is present in the Realme 1 old device. In the new one there is no vivid mode. Talking about the modes, there is expert mode and there is also stickers available in the Realme 1, whereas in the Realme 2 there is no stickers or expert mode. Coming to the AI, there is also AI plus filter available in the Realme 1. Here you can check this out, whereas in the new one there is only AI but there is no filters. Maybe this can be done with the new update of the software, but this is something which I will tell you as a missing part. Now talking about the front camera also, in that there is the vivid mode in the Realme 1, whereas it is missing in the Realme 2, which is not a big difference, but definitely it gives you a more saturated image. Now talking about the samples we have taken, here you can check the Realme 2 and the Realme samples, where you can distinguish between both the devices. Here the top one is the Realme 1 and the bottom one is the Realme 2. So you are the better just to take out the picture. Here we have taken in the normal light in both the scenarios. Now this is in the HDR mode, and lastly we have taken in the flash mode. So you can check it out which one looks better or not comparing. This is the normal selfie we have taken. Then secondary we have taken with the HDR mode with high dynamic range. Now we have taken with the portrait shot, which is the bokeh mode. In that we have used the AI. And finally we are getting the vivid. Here you can see the color is more pop-up in the Realme 1. Talking about both the diamond cut finish, I have tried with the 6GB and the 128GB. Here you can see the diamond cut in both the devices. But one more thing noticeable is the Oppo branding. The Oppo branding was present in the Realme 1, but right now in the new one they have removed the Oppo branding in the smartphone. So it is definitely noticeable, and it still the diamond cut looks good. It is not a glass finish, it comes with a plastic polycarbonate body, so don't confuse with that. Now talking about the device, the Realme 1 has a face unlock, which was a key feature. Coming to the Realme 2, it also has a face unlock. We tried to do the testing, but here we see that the results are pretty much different what we thought so. So in the Realme 1 is unlocking faster than the Realme 2, and we have tried and tested few times. Now because people think that it may be in the dominant hand and that is why it happened, we tried it again, but the Realme 2 is unlocking little bit slower in seconds compared with the Realme 1. So this is the fact what we have noticed. Now coming to the benchmark, which is one more important thing for both the devices. Now here we see the Antutu benchmark where the Realme 1 is a definite winner. You can see it comes around a double kind of score rather than the Realme 2. And the Realme 1 was on Helio P60, which is a powerful processor by MediaTek. It was the top of the line. Whereas coming to the Realme 2, it comes with the Snapdragon 450. Both are octa-core definitely, but it is not up to the mark. Now coming to the RAM and also the storage, both are in the same variant we are testing right now. Both comes with the 4GB and 64GB RAM variant. Now coming to the rear camera, both has the 13 megapixel as the primary rear camera. In the front, both has the 8 megapixel primary camera. Both can shoot the full HD video and the SD video in the front and the rear end. Now talking about the battery, here you can see Realme 2 comes with the 4230 mAh battery, whereas the Realme comes with the 3410 mAh battery. Both is running on the Android 8.10 Oreo as a OS. Now talking about the device, in both the devices we have tried to check out the sensor also. So in the Realme 2 the gyroscope sensor is missing, whereas in the Realme 1 it was present. Here you can see both one comes with the MediaTek sensor and one comes with the Qualcomm sensor, because Qualcomm has been given the processor to them. So this is what we are getting in the sensor. Now talking about the gaming, we have a very different result what we tried in the gaming section. Now starting the game, we will try it out on PUBG and both devices. In the Realme 2 it shows that it optimizes the device while playing it, and it has also some of the feature like recording the video, doing the screenshot. These are the few features what we are getting. We have started both the devices at the same time, but you can see in the Realme 1 gets loaded pretty earlier. Still Realme 2 struggles it, and the game has not been started in the Realme 2. It takes some time and it loads slowly. As the processor in the Realme 2 is octa-core Snapdragon 450, whereas in the Realme 1 it comes with the octa-core Helio P60. So definitely P60 is a powerful processor, as we have also seen in the Antutu benchmark. So the game takes definitely little more time what we have expected in the Realme 2, but talking about the display, definitely the display of the Realme 1 was better. It was a full HD plus display, so the color is more vibrant and more punchy. Whereas coming to the Realme 2, it has a SD plus display, so you can check that out also. While taking out the resolution of the PUBG, the Realme 2 loads in the medium resolution, whereas coming to the Realme 2, it will be running in the lower resolution, which you can check it out, and I am showing in the video so that you can get the idea. So it definitely takes a longer time to load, and for that it is pretty much hectic. Here you can see the Realme 2 will run on the lower graphics. So this is all about the comparison of Realme 1 and the Realme 2. Definitely both the devices looking good. It will be on the budget price. We still don't know the price of Realme 2, but hopefully it will be lesser in the price. This is all about the Realme 1 versus the Realme 2. This is @IOldMonk signing off. Please like the video, share the video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button below for us.